Hello, hello, and good evening. We are here for round 8, Division 9. We're in Zandvoort, just before the week break. I am host, streamer, and commentator Marley here. We should have a very good race in our hands. Very fast drivers here as well. Like Leroy, I'm going to say. The McLaren currently in P1 in the garage. Great driver from him. The Williams, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm hovering over him now. In the championship lead, actually. Let me see. He's 12 points in the lead over Leroy in the McLaren. So it's a pretty fierce fight between those two. They both have 2 wins in the season already. People going out for their qualifying runs. I think that's an Alpine on track. It's LXS. I'll just call him XS. But looking quite nice intermediate conditions, so obviously won't have the dry times as fast, and usually they'll just keep pumping in laps after laps, so to get used to the track they will have to do that, put in a bit more fuel than they would want to. I'll be right back, folks. We see XS starting his lap now, taking a nice wide line here. Coming up to turn 1, it's around the 50-meter board braking point. You can brake quite deep into the corner actually, because turn 1 allows you to do that. Cars coming out of the pits. Hopefully the AlphaTauri does get out of the way before XS reaches him. Coming to the end of sector 1 here. He does a 27.393, which is not bad for an intermediate time actually. Oh, he's just out wide. He's invalidated. Unfortunate for him, but it is intermediate conditions, so he can go around again. We'll just wait to see who's next on track. I think it looks like it's Black Bala here. We'll stay with him. Still behind some traffic here. This is not looking good. He is on a lap, and these guys are not getting out of the way. It's not what he would have wanted. Not ideal at all for him, but it looks like he's kept it nice and tidy. He's next across the line. There's a Red Bull. Is it Jeffrey? Is Jeffrey? He's on a valid lap. Let's see where he goes. He puts himself in P2, 20.1. Samibo next. Across the line, it's 22.0. I know from my own practice that it is possible to be in the 17s on the intermediate conditions in qualifying, so I expect them to improve a lot more as track conditions will improve with them. As Leroy goes first, as I expected to be honest. We do have another Red Bull. I think it's Lars. Goes P5. So it Looks like XS will be the next across the line, as he did invalidate his previous lap before, so he needs to get one on the board here because he doesn't want to be left without time. He did set a time and he goes P2, so I'm sorry I missed that. I was looking at something, but very decent back. It looks like people are heading to the pits. Is Fred going to come across the line, do another lap? He is. He's going to move up 2 positions. Put himself into P6 here. I think it is Leroy coming around again, but okay, no, it isn't him. It's his teammate, Mr. Chris. Is he going to move up anywhere? No, he's 5 tenths down. Ferrari, who is it? It's D-Neck. DRS wide open, nice wide line. I don't know if he's actually starting now, maybe. He's not. Okay, he sets a time at 20.2. P6 still. Lars is down on his time. JD. Gonna come across that line now. Puts himself into P7 right behind his teammate. I'm gonna quickly invite somebody to the lobby, so give me a moment. Hello. Can you hear me? Nice, okay. I'm gonna quickly make sure that the stream can hear your voice and we can get started quickly. Alright, so on my end of the stream, I can hear you, but I think the stream can't hear you, so I think if I end it and start it again, it'll be fine. Okay, yeah, I will just end it, I guess, after the qualifying session, so that... Let's just get back into the session. We have Sway Ross coming through sector 1 now, before the corner I do not dare to pronounce. It says it purple, so it looks... There we go, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. Drifts out wide, but he's meant to keep it in the white lines, which is very good, not invalidating his lap. If he keeps it together, it might... Ooh, he misses the apex there, but for some reason it's DRS in the wet. I'm very confused. Still purple middle sector, so it looks like he's on for provisional pole here. His teammate right behind him as well, so if he can set a good lap, it would be very good for the AlphaTauris here. Very careful not to go on too early in the power, otherwise you spin out the last corner. Crosses the line, goes P3, misses out by about 3 tenths to Leroy in P1. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that for telling me the name. So no one, I don't think anybody is on that lap apart from the other AlphaTauri. I'm going to also say his name. I gotta go get used to these guys first. But yeah. So far, Leroy setting the pace. He's out on the soft, so obviously that's probably why DRS got enabled. I think we missed the announcement then from race control. But doesn't look like it's quite dry enough for the slicks. So I guess these guys have to be a bit careful, otherwise they're just gonna go on the power too early, turn too aggressively, and lose the car. So it's a bit. They have to be very, very cautious here. And his out lap, he's gonna come to start a lap now. Nice and tidy. Through the banking, very good, very nice. It's a one again, braking at the 50-meter board. That's a nice seat, goes a bit out wide. Maybe grip is not where it needs to be, but it's alright. You can go a little out wide. You can take a few different lines, going to turn 3 now, then turn 4. Very nice sequence of corners here. Very easy to lose the car here and spin out to the left, but Larry manages to keep the car under control. Goes on the grass a bit, but that's fine. He'll get away with that. Fred's retired. He's lost it. Where exactly where I said you could easily spin. Larry's, as expected, on the purple sector 1 on these soft tires. Quite difficult to stay on the curb there without spinning, but he does it nicely. Hits the apex very nicely, coming up to the end of sector 2 now. Expected the purple, of course, on softs. He does. It's a 50.7, only 4.8 seconds up on his intermediate time. So obviously the track's not completely dry yet. The grip's not completely there. Coming to the second last corner, misses the apex as he goes on the grass, which unsettles the car a bit as he wasn't able to brake. Through the banking now, he loses the car. Ooh! And he's completely hit the front of that. I don't know how he doesn't have damage. I guess he must have lightly tapped it, but for us, he just completely whacked it. But yeah, that was... Jeez. Oh, it does say 13.0 as expected. He can go about 3 seconds faster when the grip's already there. So 6 minutes remaining of this session. People on laps right now. XS on a lap. Previously 19.9. Looking to improve. Very tidy second last corner. Needs to be careful not to do what Leroy just did, because it will cost him time. Nice and tight to the line after the banking. It's a 12.6. Exactly around 1 second faster than Leroy's time. Let's look at the tires here. So Sway, I completely missed. I think the Williams just went P1 with 11.0. Again, a second faster than the previous person who went pole position. But Sway on the mediums, I don't think that might be the best score, because everybody else is on the softs. So needs to set a really good time here. I think we have Mr. Chris coming across the line now. 7/10 off provisional pole position as Thomas goes P2. We have a Red Bull. Is it Jeffrey? Is Jeffrey's improved by 7/10. Where's it going to put in P4? Alpha Tauri. That's not Sway. That's his teammate. We have Lars coming up the line now. He goes P2. About a 10th off provisional pole. But these guys still have maybe another run left in them before the end of the session. Aston of Black Vala 15 goes P4 with an 11.4. So it looks like the Williams I'm going to call him K1. The Williams of K1. So on provisional pole here, setting the benchmark for everybody else on these dry compound tires. Behind Sway, where's he going to put himself on the mediums? Puts it on P5. But if I'm going to be honest, I think that is because everybody behind him did their laps while the grip was not at its finest. So surely we're going to see everybody else improve behind him. Mr. Chris going into the pits, I assume. Same with Thomas. Yep, he's in. You know, he was improving. I guess so that's alright. He was improving off the second sector, but unfortunately, he just got into the pits. Not going to complete that lap. Is that the other Alpha Tauri? It is. Where does he put himself? P9. Not as great as his teammate though on the mediums. Jeffrey's coming in. I assume. Yep, both of them coming in. Black Barla coming to the pits now. Everybody getting ready for their final runs here. The Ferraris are out on a new set of tyres already. What could also be happening here is they could be trying to set a quick lap with enough time for 2 runs remaining, just in case if they mess up the first run, if they invalidate, or if they lose the car, anything like that, they can always go again with this amount of time remaining. So good preparation for the Ferraris, I think. I think it's exactly what I would do. So JD now running the second last corner to the banking. Nice wide line on entry. Here we go. He doesn't really have to push it this lap because he does have another try if he wants, but obviously you want to get it right on the first time so you don't use up the tire more than you need to. I think he went a bit wider. He was a bit away from the curb, but it looks decent so far. Coming to the end of sector 1. What's it going to be? Is it going to be purple? He is purple. He's over 2.5 seconds up on his previous time. This is very, very good delta, it seems like. He should maybe finish with about 9 or 10 seconds up on his time. Because the next part of the track is all mechanical grip. Coming to the end of the second sector, he's 6.7 seconds up on his previous interlap. So the grip is definitely starting to come back towards the end of this qualifying session here. For the last 2 corners, hits the apex very nicely. Coming around the banking now, he can stay tight, but he drifts out wide. That's the time to be a 10.6 by JD. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I think that time will get beaten as his teammate Dinak in other Ferrari does a 10.8. Still only 0.2 off the Williams of K1, so I assume with his time being done on a lower amount of grip that he could easily take provisional pole here. As he's on the lap right now, he's 0.8 up. So he's looking for a 10.2 here. He might be able to go into the 109s on this run here. Just out wide. Doesn't invalidate. Very nice. Yellow flags, but that's just somebody letting other cars go nice and tight to the line here. What's it going to be? Is it going to be 109? It's 110.0. There's another person coming across the line. It is Jeffrey. I think either he improved by 1 second or he's going for another lap right now. It looks like he's going for another lap. Is it? No, it's not Sway. That's the other AlphaTauri. Is it Leori? No, that was Mr. Chris. Coming across the line, but it looks like JD's backed out. Dinak spun. As an Alpine, it's XS. He's 1.5 seconds up on his previous soft run. This would be a 10.5. Oh, but he's invalidated. I've just seen that. Fortunate for him. Black Bala, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna improve? He does improve to P5. I think this is Leori now. He's improving by 2 seconds. He does a 10.1. He's unable to reach a provisional pole position here, or to take pole position away from K1. I think Sway is coming across the line now. He's improving by a tenth. A tenth won't get him anywhere. He will stay P9. He does stay P9. I think that is Jeffrey. Jeffrey's coming across the line. 1.5 seconds up here. Where's he going? Good P3 behind Leori. The other AlphaTauri, I'm not going to pronounce his name also. Because I don't want to butcher. He's coming across the line now. 11th position. People going into the pits. Is Mr. Chris on lap? No, he's not. Is Access is not on the lap. Everybody diving into the pits. That looks to be qualifying over. It is K1 with pole position here for round 8. He is in the championship lead, as I said at the beginning, by I think it was 12 points. It is 12 points to the P2 man Leori. So, yeah. Folks, I am going to end the stream and start it quickly, so be sure to look out for that. We just have some technical difficulties over here. We will be right back.